Maganda gabi sa inyo lahat. Kamusta? This is Scott Expat in the Philippines. How you doing, guys? Yes, my voice is a bit husky, and I'm back. Um, Today we had a carnival. The video is actually it's called Sunfest. The video is up now, I think. So for the carnival, I hope you like it. We had fun today as a family, enjoying what we do. Um, it's been great. It was a hot day, stinking hot day today. I think it got up to 36. So, you know, that's good weather. But there was gust, gust of wind. Uh, Had a few whirly winds come in today as well. So yeah, we had a good time and plenty of rides. Me and CJ went on the dodging cars. Sorry guys, I couldn't do it because I was too busy trying to help CJ steer and drive the dodging car. I should have been in his seat and he should have been in my seat where we were, and he could have steered while I drove. But I let him drive for the first time to learn how to do it, and he just enjoyed crashing. It's just so fun. And what else? There was only that he went on. The other one was a little bit too. It's like in a cage, and they roll around as it goes around, similar to a Ferris wheel, but it rolls and then the cage spins around, which is very trippy. So we had we had a good time today, which was great. He got to play with Max, and we bumped into Tina and little Max today, and Zach he was playing with the Oz kick. He learned a few things from the St John's ambulance for, and how to revive and how to do medical, how to get someone's heart going and stuff like that. He learnt a little bit. I don't know whether he took it in, but it's okay. Nobody's perfect, eh? But he enjoyed himself. He just had a ball, and he always does. And then we went to Coles to do our shopping. We sat there. He had a slushy, and so did I. He had a blue one, and I had a green one. And Mummy had a fruit salad drink, which was good. Smoothie, and that was nice. From Snoopy's. And it was just totally enjoyed. Just a good family day, and we saw my cousin Charmaine and her son James as we were going along. Well, as I was going up to Coles to find a car park because the road was blocked and there was a parade, so I couldn't get through. I don't know what was with Arlene and the bubbles for my live stream. It actually was trippy and it threw me, but it was good. No drama, all good. Big shout out to Flexi Girl JB. Scoot B and Bejoy, big shout out to check out the Rileys. Adrian Gibson, big shout out to Chris Beecham and Kevin and Gemma. Also, big shout out to Ruth and Tom, Philippine Adventures, Philly in the Philippines, Philo in the Philippines, Jonah and little Tony J Jr. Big shout out to you guys there in Angeles City. Also the Hapsters, big shout out to the Hapsters, big shout out to Joe and Jenny Journey, big shout out to Big E in the Philippines and Nico's Experience. I should say Big E, Big 2.5. I'll check out that video in a minute you did on Nico, and yes, guys, if you know Nico's Experience, give him some airplay and some check out his videos, and let's get him up there with the rest of us in monetization, so he can be able to do some other things. Also, on that point, I do Monday, Tuesday lives starting from this Monday, 12 a.m. to Australia time, 9 p.m. Philippine time on Facebook. So you'll catch me there on Monday to Tuesday. And Saturday night live on YouTube, 12 a.m. Australia time, 9 p.m. Philippine time. So hopefully you can come and enjoy the live streams. Big shout out to Tim Deziak. Big shout out to Brett Glassow. MK. Ruthie and Arthur's Philippine Adventures. Big shout out to you guys over there in Canada. Also Kanoi. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to Rickshaw Philippines. He's got his live tomorrow morning. I'm not sure what time. I think it's 6 a.m. Philippine time. So check out his live stream tomorrow, guys. He's back. He's back. Top bloke, Rickshaw. Doesn't matter whether you have to agree with him or not. He says it how it is. And I like watching him, and he's great. In search of, big shout out to you too as well. Big shout out to Mike Simpson. Big shout out to all our good friends and good subscribers. Big shout out to my family back home in the Philippines. AI, Hapon, Alexis, Tina, Feb, April, Rai, Arjun. Big shout out to Jonah Lisa and her family. Big shout out to Mum and Dad back home. Grace next door, over the road. Big shout out to you, Grace and Nemo and the little ones. Big shout out to all our dear friends in our subdivision there at in Mactan Island. Big shout out to Cousin Gib. Big shout out to Laxa. And big shout out to all our dear family down in Nebros, Mindanao. And big shout out to all our friends up in morning, Joe and Jenny Journey. Great to see you here. I am going to do StreamYard, I've just got to work out what is going on with the guest side of things. I'm having a bit of issues there with still with trying to get guests up. So I'm going to have a little play with it. I can't do it tomorrow, but I am going to have a little play with it before I come on live, hopefully tomorrow night. Excuse me. You're right, mate. No stress. I even was having trouble with trying to get Shooting Star helping me. I don't know whether it's the live stream package that you sign up for. I'm not quite sure there. It just, for some unknown reason with the guests, it just won't work. I'm not sure why. Even Brett Glaser tried to help me. Adrian tried to help me, and it wasn't that. It was just that the guest thing wasn't functioning with the live stream package, StreamYard package. I guess I have to fork out some cash to get that fixed. But got a bit of a frog in my throat. So we're going to eventually get that ready, and so people can come up. Big shout out to Lynn and Anthony, Our Life in the Philippines, Terence and Beth, foreigner in the Philippines. Also big shout out to Ryan and Maricel, a foreigner farming in the Philippines. Big shout out to Rue and they're in the Philippines. And congratulations on your new baby. It's great to see. Big shout out to Kevin Nash's Kitchen and the guy Abrides. So, there's a lot of things I've been doing. Ponds have been getting reworked as we speak. They've been, all the plants are getting cut back and the channels getting re-cemented and ready to hold water a bit better. There's 3 sections, so I thought, well, it ain't working, it needs to be fixed. So I've got to find where the water is leaking, so the embankment's got to be brought up higher on the channel. One side's a bit low, so we need to fix that and get that sorted out. It's not easy, but we're getting there. That's the main thing. My main actually thing is I'm getting a little bit pissed off, excuse the French, with people who think they've been in the Philippines for years and giving out all this advice on the Philippines. There's only a few that I know that do it and do it well and know what they're talking about. So those people know who they are, and I don't have to mention names. But if you've been in the Philippines and are doing things on um, what you think how it is in the Philippines, fine. But you've only been there 5 minutes, got off the plane, and you think, and your passport's not dry yet, as they say, and you think you know what you're talking about, forget about it, you don't. I've been there a whole year, and things change in the Philippines all the time, especially with the Bureau of Immigration. It changes all the time. So, I don't pretend, I don't even assume to know. Um, you get a Section 13A, you've got to check up on it, you've got to make sure that it's right, you've got to dot your I's and cross your T's. Traffic, how things are in the Philippines. Just, guys, relax, enjoy life there. Don't put a big hatred on the Philippines. Because if you do, it means that your own country's no better. Trust me. Why are you leaving America? Why are you packing up and leaving America to go to the Philippines, and then you get there and all of a sudden you think you know everything? You don't. Trust me. I don't. I love it. I love the Philippines. I don't put hatred on the Philippines. I enjoy the Philippines. The Philippines is a beautiful paradise. Yeah, sure, it's different. When you're visiting, it is different. You're enjoying your holiday, your vacation. The carney was today. um, no drama. Um, it was good. It was good. CJ enjoyed it. Um, you expect a lot when you move. As a visitor, you don't get to see NBI, or you don't go to see where you get your records for your marriage, births and deaths, immigration. Yes, it moves slowly, but you've got to be on top of it. I was told by Arlene's auntie that we have to be on top. We have to really, literally be on top. And when I mean be on top, when you do pass your partnership visa, you have to keep on it. Some people have got the luxury of staying there a whole year until it's processed. Some people haven't got that luxury, but they expect their girlfriends to be, when they're doing their visa processing, to go in and keep a check on it. I did. I was lucky. I was fortunate to be able to, from day one, to make sure that I had all our conversation between me and Arlene and everything done, printed, the handwritten on the paperwork. It's about that thick. And then you have to have in your phone or on your computer your conversation. which you then transfer or print out and put into your file to take with you to make sure that you have all your conversations from day one to day two to day three to day four, however long you are been speaking with your partner to be, and to bring out to Australia. Well, as I said, I was lucky and fortunate. Hello, Christopher. I was lucky and fortunate to be able to go into the Kipple House to do our visa processing. So, that's okay. But, not everyone has got that lap of luxury. No drama, Chris. She's cool. We sometimes, like it takes 6 to 9 months, I said, depending. And then you got to make sure that your wife hasn't got tuberculosis, because if she's got tuberculosis, forget it. They will cancel your visa. They will just throw it away. Because your wife has to go and do an examination, medical exam, and that is part there of the partnership visa. Now, I could print it up tomorrow and have it ready for tomorrow night, but I'm not going to yet. That will be further on down the line. So, that part of living in the Philippines permanently, you don't see when you're on vacation. So when you're on vacation, you don't get to go there. You go island hopping, you big game fishing if you're doing x-rays for tuberculosis. Sorry, guy. She needs to have a clear medical history. If she's had tuberculosis, well, you might as well forget about it, because she ain't coming back to America, Australia, England, or Europe for that fact, because they don't want that part of the illness or her side of thing. I was lucky Arlene had passed, which was no problem. I don't know, I looked at her passport the other day and it says not for Iraq. So I'm gathering she can't go to Middle Eastern countries. Not all of them have, but that's how it is. But she got a thing out for her passport. When we had to go to the consulate, they want the Australian passport. But it's one of those things. But look, as I was saying, you get off the plane and your passport's still wet, as what we say. The the ink hasn't dried yet. So to think you know everything about the Philippines, you don't. When you first get off the boat, and telling it how it is after you've been there for 5 or 6 weeks in your vacation, or whether you're living there, you have to be there for 20 odd years before you can turn around and start criticising about the Philippines. Because let me tell you, if you criticise the Philippines, why go? Your country is no better than the country that you want to put roots down. I and like other my friends that I know do like it. Some of my friends don't want to live there permanently. They would rather live here or in America permanently. But I'm a big one that I love the Philippines. I'd be there tomorrow if I could. And, you know, there's so much to do, so many different things to do over there. Yeah, sure, the traffic's busy. That's normal, guys. That's normal. If you haven't woken up and smelt the roses, well, you just don't know. Um, got plenty of resorts to go to the beach. Some of the resorts are on the beach, especially Panglao down in Bohol, which is at the southern tip of Bohol. Yeah, it's beautiful. The water's lovely, the water's warm, you can go fish feeding on any of the islands. I had fun. I went out as far as it went to dark blue and then I had to come back. I felt like I was, um, if you feel a bit uncomfortable when you go out a little bit too fast. So I came back and started feeding the fish again. But I enjoyed it. I'm going on the pump boats out to the islands, and we've seen a lot of. I'm looking forward to going back again. I'm looking forward to going out onto the islands again. Exactly, Chris. Exactly. Most complain because I haven't planned. And when you don't plan, like, as Chris says to me, if you're living there permanently, you need a hobby, which you do. Model planes, model trucks, model trains, miniatures, Civil War board miniatures where you can paint the miniatures and put them on a board like I used to. And they're sitting out in the garage in a glass cabinet now with CSS Alabama. Um, all my display. If you take a look at my videos back then, you'll see them. But you need a hobby in the Philippines, whether it be carpentry, whether it be woodwork, whether it be building a go-kart, whether it be building a car, jeepney, little one of those moke type of jeepneys. Building your house is another one. But like I say, don't put hatred on a country that you've been there 5 minutes, because you don't know it. I do, but I don't pretend to know everything. Pretend. I'm not a know-all. But I do know, yes, you do have to take a number when you go to NIB, or when you go to pick up your thing. You grab a number, you sit down, you take a book with you and just read it. If you're not patient and that, the Philippines ain't for you. You've got to be patient. Look, I'm not the most patient person, really. If you're patient, you enjoy, you wait, you take your number, you sit down. You have to do the same thing in immigration. You have to take whether it be renewing your visa, whether it be getting a SRR visa, whether it be getting your permanent residence visa. I suppose they two are the same. See, I don't know, but I was just saying, I suppose they're the same. So you get to know what you have to do. But there's beautiful places, really nice shopping. If it's too hot, go to the shopping centres. The shopping malls have got air conditioner. I never take a number, I'm lazy. I'll get the mother-in-law to do it. Excuse me, take a drink of water. It is one of those things that we have to um, do in life, and having the patience to do it is another thing. And like, as I said, I haven't got the best of patience either, but I'm learning. And I think my patience has come down a little bit more having CJ, because sometimes he can push my buttons a little bit. But ever since he was a baby, um, he's been good. And thanks for the likes, guys. It is hard to justify, um, but you learn to get a cab. I think the last time I was there, we got multi-cab to over to Cebu, and then we got another multi-cab to SM Mall in Mandawi, and we walked around, and it was good. It was good. If it gets too hot, you go to the shopping malls, as I said, or you go to the resorts. The resort beaches cost 500 pesos. Um, I'm not sure whether that it cost me last time 3,000 pesos, and that was because we went to we had the family with us, so that was okay. But when you add your hell, next door neighbour um, and their kids and your brother's friends and stuff like that, I think it cost around about 10,000, close to 10,000 pesos. It cost me around about, I think, uh, 2,000 pesos, which is not much really. And like, I don't worry about money. I don't whinge. I don't complain. Because you're out there for the day, you're taking the family with you, your friends, and you're having a good time. Fair enough. Well, congratulations to CJ. Well done. That's great. It's good news. And but you know, to be there 5 minutes and think you know all about the Philippines, I don't know. I really can't say. You don't know. You obviously don't know the families too well. You, our family, I know them really well. I know when we go out to resort islands like Maribago or Ocean Pearl or island hopping down in Panglao, San Francisco, which is the biblical island. And then we went to another one, which I can't remember. But I know we nearly got stuck because the tide was out. But, it was great. It was lovely, feeding the fish and just enjoying the day with family and friends, taking food with us, sitting down, having lunch, and enjoying the family and getting to know the family. It's great. And yes, I do know that, yes, I'm proud to help out with the family. I have not an issue. I, if Arlene tells me that, oh, it's going to cost this much, or it's going to, yeah, just do it. No stress, you know. But if you're going to jump up and complain, um, that's part. Because when you marry the daughter of your family, or of their family, her family, sorry, you marry the family. That's how it is. You marry the family. So you got all the invites of all the cousins, and then you might get, oh, cousin up in Manila wants to come to our wedding. You don't think about these things. Yeah, exactly, Chris. You you don't think about these things because it doesn't gel in your head. It's different here because our families can afford it. See where I'm coming from? Our family, like if I got married here, our, the father pays for the wedding, or the mother of the daughter pays for the wedding. But that's if you marry an Australian woman here. But over there, it's different. You pay for her family. So therefore, if you've got relatives in Mindanao, you pay to bring them up into Cebu, Mactan. And you put them on the guest list for the reception. If you've got family up in Manila, yes, you're expected to bring them down to Cebu for the wedding and pay for bridesmaids' dresses. That's what we did. That's what I did. Did it bother me? No. Because my parents had given me the money for our wedding, and that covered the dresses of the girls. They had to be fitted, and because we had our, they have a colour theme. I don't know what yours was, Chris, but ours was blue. So some are red, some are green, some are, I think, yellow, if I stand corrected. But that's the general thing. Uh, when you marry family, you're the daughter of that family. You marry the family. The family is your part of your responsibility. So you enjoy your day, your wedding day. You enjoy the cake. We had a beautiful cake. It was 2 tiers. The funny part was we lost the wedding cake stand, so I had to pay for a new one. I don't know who took it. I don't care. But they're one of the things, that happens. It happens. You know, you go on a jeepney. Um, it costs you, I think, back when I was there, 7 pesos. It might have gone up since I've been there. Hang on, I'll just check that out. Yeah. We have the father-in-law's 75th birthday coming up. We will pay for everything, including bus fare. Exactly. We did the same thing. Our family stayed at our place on the floor in the old Byra house. that Mum and Dad had before we brought our one in the subdivision where we are now. I do keep some things personal and some things private. If I'm talking to someone like Chris or Joe and Jenny, I will let them know where we live, especially Tom and Ruth, or Rickshaw Philippines, or Tropical Tim in the Philippines, or the Rileys. And big shout out to Mercy Riley too as well, and family. Sammy Chavez, big shout out to you. Yeah, so, it's your country's, look, Australia's not perfect. There's things, yes, there's certain things that annoy me here. I sometimes hate it going into the city here. I've been here for a long time, so if there's something that annoys me, I will say it. But I still love my country. But it does grate on you. Some things that gets done. Like traffic's not so bad here. There's 250,000 people live in Melbourne, and I don't know how many in Sydney. I'm sure Chris will correct me. But it's one of those things, guys. I love it in the Philippines. I enjoy going up to Sogod. Driving, yes, I do drive. I get my driver's license from RACV International. It might be 20 something dollars, but it's worth it. And I'll drive around Cebu. I'll go up to Sogod, but I won't drive out of Cebu. I'll let Dad drive out until we get to Ilion, and then from there on, I'll drive out. I'll basically say to Dad. God, when I first got in our Suzuki multi-cab, instead of the gear shift, because I'm sitting on that side, the gear shift's here. So it confused the F and the Jesus out of me. So I'm having to think, and the brake and clutch is on this side. So I had to get used to learning it. 5.312 million people live in Sydney, so that's a big city, and they have more congested traffic than what we do here in Melbourne. But in the Philippines, there is more people than what there is here. So driving around, yes, you have to keep your eye on the road. You have to watch tricycles come out. You have to watch jeepneys. You have to watch the big buses. You got to look around. Dogs, cats, and even old ladies will walk out in front of you without a moment's notice. So you need to, if you're not comfortable in driving in the Philippines, get a cab. Thank you, 5.78 million here in Australia. Oh, we're less than you guys. But, it is, I've seen dog, my dad hit a dog. We were coming back from, where was it? The restaurant in Cordova. It was a beautiful restaurant. Yeah. Suzuki multi-van. The gear shift is on this side. The clutch is there. The brake is there. and the brakes in the middle, accelerator there. Sorry, cuz. Um, it is easy to learn manual when you're sitting on the left hand side, and because you drive on the left hand side, where we drive on the right hand side, it's different. Oh no, sorry, we're left hand drive. Steering's on the right hand side. We drive on the left hand side. I nearly confused myself. I think I have. But, over there, you have, because you're sitting on the left hand side, you're driving on the right hand side. So you have to keep your eye on the traffic, you have to keep your eye on dogs. I do like the idea of the overhead traffic light system they have in Mandawi and in the Philippines. It's 58 minutes before you can go across, which is great. That's a good idea. And the same going that way. It's a really good idea, and it keeps traffic on on their toes. So if you're not comfortable driving, get in multi-van or get a bus or taxi to wherever you're going, whether it be resort or that. It'll only cost. Taxis in the Philippines cost around about probably a little bit more than the multi-cabs or multi-vans. That'll cost you $7, 7 pesos 50. So, it's easier to get one of them to remember how to drive a manual. Yeah, I know how to drive a manual. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy. But as I said, you need patience. I drove around our little area from the shopping mall back to the house. Mate, I tell you, people just, and tricycles and pedicabs. That's another one. Have to be very cautious of the pedicab, especially in little built-up areas like Mikado. They are everywhere, and the little small roads. You just can't go flying. You have to sit like 10k or 5k if you come up a pedicab, because they are on bike with a little cab seat next to them. I drive a manual any time I get a chance to, so I'm probably a little bit more fortunate in one way. But when we get home, our multi-van's going to get some work done on it, I think. But I said, darling, we've got to hold off on that at the moment. So, it's one of those things. But as I was saying, you have to have a lot of patience when you're in another country learning how to drive. And even though they get their license, it's different. And you've got to be cautious on what. See, I've never had the fortune of going there because I've already got my license. I've never had to go to the LTR or LTO, or whatever they call it over in the Philippines. I'll call it the LTR because I've never lost my license. I've always had my license. So we've had that fortunate thing in that I could jump into a manual because I used to drive manuals for Avis rent-a-car or trucks for Avis rent-a-car. I used to drive the big prime movers around the yard for Avis rent-a-car. I couldn't go outside, I could only go up to the Bowser and turn around and come back down the hill and park the truck. No drama. But this is it. You have to be more patient in doing things and enjoying what you do, enjoying life there, have fun. Renting houses there is, go around, look around, have a look. That's a cracker. Real estate agents we've been with, had a look around. We've now got our land in Cordova, we've got our land in Sogod, but we had to go through due process, have a look, check it out, see what happens, and everything's good. I love it. That's why I love it there. Even though we're on Cebu, even though Cebu's down in the middle, in the Versailles, and Leyte, you learn quickly that, if a dog's going to run out in front of it, well, you're going to hit it. You got no choice, but you have to keep your eye on people, because they're the main thing, because you could find yourself in trouble. And that's why I drive outside of the city of Cebu. Lillian, I think it's called. And, even the other areas, going down south to Mother Mary, you just have to be careful and check out what's going on, You cannot speed like you can here. It's different there. The traffic's different. There's more traffic there than what there is here. So you have to keep your eye on everything. But as I said, it's markets. You will find good markets. You will find good food prices. Save more. We go to for our food and vegetables. Yeah. um, we use. I've been to Robinson's Mall in Manila. I've been to Robinson's Mall in Cebu, also Seaside, SM Seaside in Cebu. It's lovely. I haven't seen it yet. I've got to check out a video soon of it. But, I can't for the life of me, and a good friend of mine said the same thing to me the other day, how people can put hatred on the Philippines. Like, they step off the plane, step off the boat, but stepping off the plane and getting to know the place, enjoying where you're going because you're on vacation. When we'll talk about being there permanently and what it's like to be there permanently. Yes, I'm in Australia, but I've been there. I've lived there for a year, so I know what it's like. But I can't understand why people, first thing, get off the plane, their passport's wet, and they think they know everything about the Philippines. No, not right. And, only those that I know that have been there for a long time know the area, know what the Philippines are like. But in the same breath, they don't put hatred on the Philippines. They love it too, because why else would they have gone there? They know the ins and outs, where to go, what places to see, and what islands. Um, it is just one of those things, and those that have lived there and been there a little bit longer are still putting hatred on things. So I will say one thing: I can't understand if you don't like it. Yeah, exactly. If you don't like it, go home. Head home. But let me tell you, here's no better than over there. Over there's the same. It's the same when if you're going over there on vacation, it's different. If you're going to live there, it is even more extremely different because you don't have to do the NBI when you're there on vacation, or you don't have to do the electricity bill, the water bill. You don't have to do any of those when you're on vacation, but when you're there permanently, you do. So your wife knows that side of things. So you get to enjoy what we do when we're there permanent. But on vacation, you don't see that side of things. So, just enjoy your time there, think it out before you go there to live there, and don't criticise the Philippines because it is a beautiful place, and there's no better place than the Philippines in my book. In my book, and that's my own opinion. Anyway, we'll talk more about this tomorrow night. Catch you later, guys. Take care, enjoy, relax, have fun, and remember, life is good, and life is more fun in the Philippines. Bye for now. Bye, Chris. Take care. See you later, Joe and Jeannie. Thank you guys for coming. Good night.